Hello friends, I hope you are well. Welcome. Crazy times are ahead of us. Twitter has finally been taken over by Elon. Let that sink in. And according to the chief twit himself, he will use Twitter to help humanity. How, you may ask? Of course, by letting Trump back on Twitter. More than likely, but not until the Content Moderation Council convenes. What? Aussie Broadband went offline for a couple of hours on the East Coast, and there has been another hack, which probably surprises no one. Welcome to the Dirt Report, home of tech and telco news from all around Australia. Today we have the Strata hack, NBN Co learns to find broken fibers, and our government stargazing at LEO satellites. Thanks for jumping in. Make sure to like this video if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already to be notified of all new videos, and of course to support this channel. Let's get started by rolling the intro. SSKB, one of the largest strata management companies in Australia that you probably haven't heard about, unless you have Strata or deal with Strata, of course. Well, they are big enough to have a CEO, though I guess CEO doesn't really depend on the size of the company, does it? Maybe I can be the CEO of Techman Pat. It does have a ring to it. Anyway, another note. I know people hate Strata, but can someone give me some bullet points as to why in the comments below? Okay, the real CEO of SSKB, Daniel Herbert, released a statement this past week announcing with great sadness a recent cyber incident. Here is what he said. SSKB recently experienced a cyber incident where a third party gained unauthorized access to SSKB's IT environment, downloaded some information, and posted a ransom demand on the dark web. As soon as we became aware of the unauthorized access, we deactivated the systems involved and secured our IT environment. We have engaged leading external cybersecurity and forensics IT experts to support us in responding to this incident. We have also contacted the Office of the Australian Information Commissioner and the Australian Cybersecurity Centre, and will continue to take their advice. We are working as swiftly as possible to determine what, if any, personal or sensitive information may be contained in the data set that has been downloaded. Should we identify this is the case, we will work on to meet our obligations and notify any individuals at risk as soon as possible. Meanwhile, on the deep dark web, aka the second page of Google search, said cyber attackers have posted a $460,000 ransom for the data stolen. Now, if not paid within 8 days of the breach from the 27th of October, they will release the data to the internet. Here is what the hackers and/or attackers posted. We stole about 200 gigabytes of confidential data, construction projects, financial files of the company's customers, correspondences of top managers, contracts and agreements. If you do not contact us, all data will be available for download. This cyber incident comes at a time where we are starting to get desensitized to said cyber incidents. There has been so many in the last 3 months that it feels like a Hollywood movie is just around the corner and Angelina Jolie is free to make said movie. Now, amazing movies aside, the year 2022 has been a doozy for cyber incidents. Forget about 3 months. Here is some you may not even remember in the whole of 2022, and we're only in the 10th month. In January, you have Bunnings, Red Cross, then in February, News Corp, New South Wales Government, Medlab Pathology, Toyota Motors, and according to Web Insurance, this year alone, SSKB became the 57th event. Meaning we are on a cadence of at least 5 cyber attacks each month. And personally, I have already been hit twice this year, and no, it doesn't feel good. Let me know below how many notifications you've received this year of your data being leaked, and if you haven't, also let me know, because damn it, man, 57 cyber attacks in Australia just in 2022. Next up, we have NBN Co with the latest tool to find faults in fiber. Unfortunately, fiber optic cables have a bit of glass in them. Sure, it's pretty tough and fairly bendy, but glass nonetheless, and it can break and it can be cut. And actually, any cable can be cut, but specifically, in this case, what we're talking about, fiber optic cables can be cut pretty easily. Let me know below if you would like to see a deep dive video on fiber optic cables that NBN uses. So, you may remember last year a few fiber cables got cut in New South Wales, causing insane issues for people around the state. Well, the hope is this new system will be preventative and let NBN Co know before the damage happens. Currently, NBN Co is running a test in their lab and on a fiber path in Melbourne with a company called FiberSense, utilizing their service called digital assets. Fibercent says they are saving lives and costs by preventing excavation strikes damaging underground infrastructure. Their service digital asset helps to detect accidental strikes on buried critical utility lines by third parties excavating. They say they can detect the telltale vibrations of workers starting to dig nearby a cable, prioritizing the threat and its exact location and alerting field forces to intervene, preventing the damage and potentially saving lives. The three main benefits are real-time threat detection, live condition monitoring of underground assets, cuts maintenance and repair costs, and deterrence by integrating with local dial before you dig data, allowing their operations center to deter damaging behavior in advance. This is all very exciting, but as things go, putting systems in place like this takes years. And so does putting in fiber into the home. Here is what NBN Co's CTO Ray Owen had to say. We are excited to understand how advanced optical monitoring and diagnostic technologies like these offered by FiberSense can provide additional levels of insight into the types of field activities that might be detected and how the response process could work when their activities get dangerously close to NBN network assets. This sounds like a fantastic solution to a problem that will rapidly grow as NBN Co adds more fiber lines. This is a huge problem that needs to be addressed as internet access is as important as any other utility, and quite rightly so. Internet access can save lives. Just think of the Queensland and New South Wales floods. And as a side note, I hope it never gets privatized. NBN, that is. Last topic today. At the same time, make sure you like this video if you did and subscribe to support us. Coinciding with the 150th anniversary of the completion of the Overland Telegraph in Australia in 1872, the Charles Todd Oration hosted by Telsoc at the Dalrone House hosted MP Michelle Rowland, who spoke about what their challenges will be for the Australian government and the telco industry going forward. Michelle Rowland said she has tasked the Department of Communication to establish a low Earth orbit working group to help inform government about how this emerging capability might play a role in future telecommunications policy. She continued, these rapid developments are bringing choice and a steep change in broadband capability to businesses and households in regional and rural Australia. Now, reasons for Rowland wanting to discuss the LEO option is the limitation of the fixed wireless base station that are servicing the regional and rural areas of Australia, as many of you probably already know. However, as you may remember, NBN Co is putting up some cash to upgrade these towers to better compete with services like Starlink that are taking customers away, even if the cost is $139 per month and nearly $1,000 up front. Give us a huge like and a subscribe if you want to see me deploy a rapid deployment with a 4G backup of Starlink. Really exciting. That video coming soon. Now, NBN Co wants to increase the radius range from 14 kilometers to 29 by shortening the random access channel sequence, also known as RACH, at their towers. Now, Rowland said this distance is limited by the time it takes for signals to perform a round trip between the wireless tower and an end user modem, in addition to the time required to decode particular segments of that signal, known as RACH sequence. NBN Co worked with their technology vendors as part of an extensive research, development and testing process to validate that shortening the RACH sequence would enable the signal to be recognized on the network at greater distances. Now, RACH is the first message from cell to tower when you power it on. Even though they use a little bit of a different name in all cellular technology, CDMA, GSM, VCDMA, LTE, there is a specific signal that performs the same function. Now, in terms of radio access network implementations, handling RACH would be one of the most challenging jobs. Even in terms of protocol design, RACH design can be one of the most important and, of course, critical portions, connecting the user to the tower. Hopefully, this would enable an increase in the coverage radius to 29 kilometers. Now, Rowland also said that NBN Co is deploying miniaturized lens antenna that can deliver a 3 to 5x increase in numbers of cells a tower can serve. Ultimately, more people connected, less congestion, and better speeds. As you may remember, Telstra and Amazon are the only ones cashing in on the LEO dollar. SpaceX is already bringing in the cash, though of course they're burning through a lot to get this up and running. However, a quick Google search will show you how happy people are with their Starlink devices, and so the market is definitely there. And more competition will always be better. And on that whimsical note of satellites and micro lenses, micro lens antennae, we have to end this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more content like this and, of course, other tech-related videos like server reviews coming up soon. Thanks for watching and bye!